Happy Thursday, Ice Cream Convos friends. It is your girl, Xaviera. I hope all of you are feeling blessed and highly favored today. I am super excited because in a little while, we will be chatting with two, not one, but two stars from the hit new Starz series, P Valley. So if you've had the opportunity to see P Valley, you know why I am extra excited to be talking to the stars of P Valley. The series is created by Katori Hall, and it takes place down in the Delta. And the first time I watched the episodes, I was like really trying to figure out exactly where it was set. But lo and behold, it was set in Mississippi. So the series focuses on a strip club called The Pink. It is run and operated by Uncle Clifford, who is life. I'm trying to get that interview too. And so it is a great series. The premiere went down on Sunday night, this past Sunday. But thanks to my awesome friends over at Starz, they sent me the next 4 episodes. And y'all, if you have watched this show, if you like this show, if you think the premiere was hitting on, wait for what's to come. So I'm very excited. We will be talking with Miss Brandee Evans, who stars as Mercedes. If you have watched this show, you know Mercedes is that bit. Sorry. Y'all know Mercedes is that girl. Mercedes also is very complicated and she has a lot going on. And then I will also be talking with Mr. J. Alphonse Nicholson, aka Lil Murda. Now I'm not going to front. First time I saw Lil Murda, he made me a little bit nervous, all down in my spirit. He made me a little bit nervous, but that just goes to show what an amazing actor he is. So without further ado, I am so excited to bring in this queen, and I need y'all to go up. And I'm talking about all the way up for this queen because she is absolutely beautiful, amazing, and talented, and just everything. Queen.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear this queen. See, the devil will not win today.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, saints. The devil will not win today. And it's so funny because before I started this interview, I had anxiety because my neighbor started getting lawn maintenance. Oh. And I'm like, really? He is literally riding a John Deere across the front.
Why?
And I'm like, if he interrupts my interview, I will snap. Queen, it is so awesome to speak with you today.
Thank you.
How are you doing? I mean, P Valley in these streets, we going up. The show is getting rave reviews, and you are killing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. You watched episode 1?
Listen, ma'am, I'm up to 4 because I got friends in high places. Listen, I told my ICC friends before you came on, before the devil tried to get busy, that the biggest part and the biggest struggle talking to you today will not be slipping into them other episodes because, ma'am,
it gets good, right?
If you thought episode 1 was that fire, you better get the fire department on the line because the exception has been dropped and it's going down to Pink. How has this ride been for you?
It's been so amazing. It's still surreal. I'm still taking it in. Emotional, exciting, tiring.
Yes, I can imagine.
It has been great. I'm just so grateful to be a part of this show. You know, I knew it was going to be good, but I ain't think it was going to be, I didn't know whether it was going to be this good. Like, because when you're filming your stuff, you're just seeing kind of what you're doing. But everyone, I'm like, oh my gosh, all of my cast members are so amazing. Our DPs, our directors have done an amazing job. So just, and Katori, standing ovation.
Okay, Miss Katori. But you know, as I was watching the episodes, one thing that I was drawn to, and let me know if I'm incorrect, but the 4 episodes I saw were all directed by women. Am I right?
Yep, all women directors, which gives that, I don't know, that's a different feel to me when you have the women. And I feel like you're not just watching things with bodies, okay?
Right.
Bodies, that's natural, but it's just when it needs to be seen, not all the time.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us about Mercedes.
So Mercedes, I like to call her my emotional gangster.
You got 15 minutes to be, look, you have 15 minutes to be emotional, but you got to be a gangster again.
Exactly.
That's my motto.
Emotional gangster. She's that loyal friend that I feel like every woman needs in their life, that's going to keep it real with you and tell you what's up and what's not up. She's a daughter. She's PK, just like me. Dance team coach. So she's really, you see this heart exterior of her, but she really has a heart under all of that, y'all. And she's actually kind of shy when you get to know her. Like she's not just going to be meeting these new friends and letting you in her space anytime soon. So
absolutely no new friends. You know how that goes. One of the things that you touched on that I thought was very important about Mercedes was she has this hard exterior.
Yeah.
But inside, she's just a hurt person who is trying to make it like many of us today.
Exactly. And looking for that validation. You would think that she's so confident, but she's still looking for the validation. Like, you pay attention to episode 1, she literally means like, did you like my show, mama? Looking for that validation from her mom.
Yes. Now, as I was preparing for today's interview, because I was like, I'm talking to Miss Brandee Evans, I got to come correct. I have to be prepared. But you are so fascinating. And, I was already following you on social media, so I was already getting a taste of who you were as a person, but just deep diving into you, not too much. I'm not, don't get nervous.
But I'm an open book. Go ahead, girl.
Speaking of a book, we're going to get to that too. See, I be knowing. But yes, you mentioned that you are a preacher's girl. Yeah. And so for you having this role that requires you to give 1,000%, how was that conversation with your father?
Amazing. I actually just got the phone with him. So we talk all the time, even through press and everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. I can talk to my daddy about everything. So it's been easy. Actually, he's been the calm one. It's been other folks that have an issue with it. So even today, I'm like, Daddy, so-and-so said, and he's just like, what's the problem? He was like, so my daddy is so supportive and I love him.
That's awesome. Something else, I saw a lot of similarities between your real life and Mercedes from the dance.
Yes.
Talk about your dance background.
Yes. So I am that dance coach, that crazy dance coach. I like to say I'm the Bobby Knight of dance, because literally I'm worse than Mercedes. I'm just going to put it out there. So my dance team girls, you have to look in the tweets and see, they're like, really? Because Brandee was way worse than Mercedes. I don't like to lose. Okay. And I would tell my girls, I would tell their parents, don't put them on my team. If you want to baby them, take them home. I'm not here to breastfeed your child. So that is really who I am. Competitive coach. And I mean, they win. So they alive.
And the English teacher. Come on now, ma'am. Let's not leak.
Former English teacher. And I was the department chair. So I'm able to switch it up. I would be at an NBA game with the Memphis Grizzlies dancing at night and coaching girls during the day in my dance team. And that's teaching English. Like, that's really my life.
You are so fascinating in so many ways. So can we talk about this poll, ma'am, your preparation for the role of Mercedes? Because after your first performance on the pole on P-Valley, I said, Lord, it's a good thing that I did right with my stimulus check and that the pink is a fictitious place, because I would have straight slid down there with my stimulus check and gave it to Mercedes.
Yes.
How did you prepare for that?
Our amazing choreographer, Jamaica Craft, who is, oh my God, you got to just Google Jamaica. She's everything. Oh, yeah. Brought in Spider, who is, to me, the OG. She is that one that everything you saw Mercedes doing, that's Spider in real life. So she taught me all of my tricks. We had a 10-day boot camp, and I made it through 8 because I needed 2 days to breathe. My body was like, Lord, child. And so, and then she took me on one of those days off. We had a field trip day, and she did how I did with Autumn Night, taking me around the club. Look at him, girl, he ain't finna spend no money. Look at her going to the wrong man. Like, I'm just like, ooh, taking it all in. So it was great with Spider. And I want to make it clear, Spider is the one that's on the ceiling when you see the ceiling part, because I'm not allowed to do that for my contract. But Spider can teach anybody anything. So she taught me all of the sit-ups, the bam flare, bam fairy, climbing to the ceiling, all of that. So thank you, Spider.
Okay, shout out to Spider, because Spider almost got you my stimulus check. Okay. Spider almost got you my stimulus check. Yeah. How was this experience as far as I know that you were dabbling in acting here and there, in between the dancing and the acting, but you are literally the star of a hit series. Like, let that sink in, Queen. You are the star.
Don't make me cry on this, girl.
You listen, that's what you got to adjust in your seat. You are the star of a hit. I'm calling it like it is. It's a hit series. Like,
I'm still taking it in. I'm still taking it in. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that Katori trusts me with her Mercedes, because, she would tell me how important Mercedes was, and even this show period, this is her baby. So to see it come to life and to be a part of it, I still watch it and forget it's me. Like, I'm just like, wow. Like, all the scenes, not just my scenes. Some people themselves. Uncle Clifford is so dope. Miss Mississippi is so dope. Autumn Night. Everyone, everyone is so good on the show, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
It is a beautiful, when you look at a cast, one of the things, I watch a lot of TV. And one of the things that I noticed about the show was that when you have a series and you have a cast that is so well meshed together, and you guys literally, like, no pun intended, you dance on the screen together to the point that my husband was like, "Is she a stripper?" And I was like, "No, baby." Like, you got him. I think he was about to get his stimulus check too. But he was like, "Is she a stripper who started acting?" And I was like, "No." And then picked up my phone, like,
Google.
Because that's just a testament to, like, just what an amazing actress that you are.
Thank you.
So I
have to give credit to Nico Anand, who has been a part of this since the beginning as the play. He was Clifford. So I remember sneaking into Tyler Perry Studios once and just trying to rehearse, because I knew I was going to try to do some stuff. The Starz told me I couldn't do Starz. And I was just like, let me practice. He was in the back and came out, and he was like, "Do it again. Let me see it." So it really was a moment where he was on Clifford and I was Mercedes. And so that type of camaraderie that we have on our show is really authentic. It was about 2 a.m. and I was like, "What are you doing here?" He was like, "Same reason you here. Let's go." And I'm just like,
I'm talking about Black excellence at its finest. So I heard that you are working on a book.
I am. My best friend Latrice is like, "Girl, I done sent you." She sent me this nice book that I was writing in that I have yet to write in, but I've been taking notes and getting it started. But I'm ready to go for it. I know exactly what it's going to be and all of that. I just haven't had time to put it all out yet, but it's coming. And oh, child, it's a movie in itself.
I cannot wait. Brandee, what have you learned about yourself throughout this entire process up to now?
To trust myself, to not give up on myself, because there were so many times. I'm actually going to drop my resignation letter on the 29th. I found it. And apparently I wrote it July 29th, 2009. And I just found it last night.
Wow.
And even in that letter, I was like, I might be coming back. And the fact that I still wasn't fully trusting myself there to know to truly step out on faith and go for it all the way without the fear of maybe it might not work out. It might be bumps in the road, but keep going. It's going to work out, girl.
Yes. Wow. I am just so excited for you. Like, you are fierce. You are inspiring. You are beautifully made by God. One more thing before you go, because see, I got this quarantine body. Now, I can't get on a pole, but do you have any tips, or what's your regimen for keeping your body so?
Yes. So I've been doing Effect Fitness. It's based out of Atlanta. And then they've got it online too. So everybody can go to Effect Fitness's Instagram and do that. And then also Irene Blanks is amazing. Billy Blank's brother and sister, Irene and Mike.
Okay.
They do classes. And then Scott P Fit. Oh my gosh. That's the crazy. He gets the weights going and gets that muscle definition going. So I rotate between my core trainers with them.
Okay. Yeah. Now, before I let you go, I have to ask, because we are Ice Cream Conversations, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? No, you better stop playing with me.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh, I've been waiting on this, girl.
Go ahead. Now, see, you could have been eating the whole time. See? Look at that.
All, I love strawberry, but this is a sorbet. That dairy will sabotage me, honey. I can't hit no pole now if I'm on this dairy.
That's right.
So I do the sorbet, and I love a good strawberry.
Wow. Look at, how about that? Girl, see, it. I knew I loved you. I knew I loved you. My favorite.
What's your favorite?
My favorite, see, it's so funny because I'm from Jersey, but I now live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
But butter pecan.
Oh, I love butter pecan.
But see, I'm from Jersey, and I used to say butter pecan, but now I'm in the public. I got to try like butter pecan, but I grew up saying butter pecan. I'm that girl. At least I don't say my L's in salmon, but I will say
that. I get so mad when people put that L in salmon. No, please, y'all.
I don't put my L in salmon, but I do eat butter pecan. I like butter pecan. I like butter pecan. Brandee, what are your social media handles for people to stay in touch with and stay in touch and follow your illustrious career?
Thank you. I am the real Brandee with 2 E's. My mama was extra, y'all. Okay,
it's okay.
So 2 E's on the end. The real Brandee, and then on Twitter, it's the real Brandee with an underscore. Don't come to my Facebook, y'all. I ain't gonna let you in. Just go and stay over there with Instagram and Twitter.
What's private is private now. Y'all can have this over here. Let me have my space. Well, I really appreciate you taking time to talk to me today, because I know that you have been on a media whirlwind, and I can only imagine what it's like to become a superstar after one episode just drops into the streets of the television networks. I can only imagine what it's like.
I still don't know. I just kind of hide in my room and stay with my mama. I'm like, this is so weird, and I went home for the premiere, so I felt, around my day ones, and so now this will be the first time where I'm like in LA, and this is dropping on episode 2.
Yes. Now you're originally from Memphis, right?
Yep.
My good girlfriends is in Memphis.
Katori Hall is from Memphis as well.
Yes. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I did. Just a funny thing, but when they did the screener for press, and then they had the Q&A afterwards. Mm-hmm. I was in the Q&A. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
That was fun. Mm-hmm. Katori is a riot. So that was fun to really hear the history. So just to know that this was 10 years in the making, and now it's here, and now it is being embraced and loved, and people probably gonna have to up their insurance policies and their co-pays because they're gonna try to go out and emulate.
Yes, y'all be careful. Listen, don't be up on this ceiling, hanging from the ceiling, y'all. Okay, don't do it.
Look, that's where your toes get stepped on. You know how they be like, turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor,
don't do it.
Don't do it. I am your neighbor. You know that, right? I am your neighbor. But thank you so much, Queen. I really appreciate you speaking with me today. I will continue to follow you and support your career in any way possible. Thank you so much for talking to me and my ICC friends today.
Thank you for having me. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Sunday.
That's right. 8 p.m., right? Every Sunday on Starz.
Every Sunday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, and if Xfinity is wilding on y'all, get the Starz app. You can still see the show.
Yep, it's everywhere. Starz app, Hulu, Amazon. You can Apple TV. You can find it.
Absolutely. No reason for you not to see. So thank you so much, Miss Brandee.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was fun. I told you guys she was going to be absolutely amazing, beautiful, and everything else that you could think of in between. All right. So that was awesome. So now in a little bit, we will be talking with Mr. J. Alphonse Nicholson, and he plays Little Murda on the show. All right, guys. So it is time to talk to the man of the hour, Mr. J. Alphonse Nicholson, also known as Little Murda. Hello, kind sir.
How you doing? My phone just fell off the thing, but I got it. There we go.
It's okay. My neighbor getting their lawn. Listen, my neighbor getting his grass cut, and I want to fight.
I was set up on my porch, right? And then they started cutting the grass, so now I'm having to switch my setup real quick.
Okay, so listen. How crazy is that? Because I just finished talking to Brandee, who ironically was eating ice cream, and we're ice cream conversation.
Okay.
I almost had a slight panic attack because my neighbor is getting his grass cut, and you had to relocate because, see?
Yeah, it's all good. So how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. It is such a pleasure to speak with you. And I was just telling my ICC friends that as I was watching you as Little Murda on P-Valley, I could not get past the fact that, number one, you scared the shiznit out of me. Because Little Murda ain't no joke, okay? You come in, Little Murda, there's a reason why you're Little Murda. But number two, I could not get past the fact that you look so familiar to me. And I'm like, where do I know? Can I call you Jay? Is it okay to call you Jay?
Jay, Alphonse, either one is fine.
Okay. All right. So I'll call you Jay. So I'm like, where do I know him from? And then, sir, kind sir, I did a little bit of research on you and realized I have probably known you in my entire life. Can we talk Broadway?
Oh, wow.
Just Mercy, Tales,
Mhm.
Chicago PD,
Yeah.
Shots Fired. Sir, shall I continue? Luke Cage, Self-Made,
Thank you.
The Blacklist. Sir, you are impressive all in your own. How did you end up in this fantastic show that we now know as P-Valley?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for the love and listening
Yes.
to accolades there. I've been blessed to have a great career, and I am one of those familiar but unfamiliar faces. And
Yes.
so, here we are 11 years later in my career,
Mhm.
and I booked P Valley, a series regular on Katori Hall's amazing new show on Starz.
Yes. Yeah.
And so the process started back in 2018,
Okay.
and we shot the pilot. It got picked up. We got picked up to the series, and it's just been a journey ever since. And now the world is getting a chance to experience Little Murder, who I'm so grateful to be portraying on this
Yes.
beautiful show, and telling a story that I think we all know,
Hmm.
but the world is not as familiar with. And sometimes, as Katori, her writing, you'll see that it's just so many layers to it. And so when you start peeling
Yes.
back those layers, it, it truly is intriguing, and it just pulls you in. So I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yes. So I was telling Brandee that I have friends in high places. So I was able to watch up to episode 4. I was not ready. This show, I
Okay.
keep telling my ICC friends that if you think the premiere was fantastic, you just wait as the layer of the onion continues to peel back. And one of the things that I resonated with Lil Murda after I got past, his entrance, because his entrance was a little, I'm here. I used to be an aspiring artist. So I know that grind and I know
Okay.
that struggle of trying to get your music heard and trying to be taken seriously. So I know that. So I kind of related to Lil Murder on that level. So so then I thought to myself, I was like, well,
Hmm.
maybe I know his face because he's a recorded artist. But because you were just so convincing in that role, such a fantastic actor. So tell me what it's like if you film a pilot in 2018 and you literally have to sit on that goodness for 2 years. Like, what does that feel like the night before the premiere, the day of the premiere, to have to sit on something that you know is great for 2 years?
Oh man, it's been such a journey, and the anxiety that builds up behind that is definitely something that wears on you. But you're being in this industry and being told no so many times, having one big yes and knowing that it's in the canon and knowing that it's going to come
Yes.
out at some point, it kind of gives you a sense of relief. No one knew that COVID-19 was going to happen, so with that happening and us having
Yes.
it in the canon, it gives you even more of some sense of relief.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a lot of anxiety behind it, but we knew we had something special, and we knew at some point the world was going to get a chance to see it. So yeah, here
Yeah.
we are, 8 episodes later, and you have P Valley season 1.
Jay, where are you originally from? Are you originally from North Carolina?
That is correct. I'm
Okay.
originally from
Okay.
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Okay.
Shout out to Greensboro and all my people back there. And so
Okay.
yeah, then I moved to New York about 7 years ago, and now
Okay.
I'm based in LA and New York, so kind of hitting both
So
coasts.
I saw this amazing video. Jay,
I'm
Big
back.
J, are you with me? Oh,
I
yeah.
can hear you now.
Awesome. Awesome. So you were talking about how you moved to New York
Mhm.
7 years ago. So as I was preparing, one of the things that I learned about you that I thought was pretty freaking awesome from a video, it's like someone recently did a feature on you, and I learned so much about you, and I just think that you are fascinating as well. When you moved you are a percussionist, number one.
Yes.
And in between gigs, you play the drums
Mhm.
to earn money.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about talent.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was part of the journey for sure. You know, I've been blessed over the past 2 years to do it just when I really want to, and not
Right.
necessarily as a necessity. But yeah, it's part of me, you know, and I miss it at times. I miss being able to just sit out there. It was a hard way to earn a living, but it was a really fun and um, a way to just really express myself every day. All of my feelings went out into those buckets. So much love to any and
Yeah.
everyone who ever gave me a tip, helped me pay my rent, helped me take care of my family,
Yeah.
and much love to a new age creative as well, and Lord Visual
Yes.
capturing that story.
Yes. And you know what's so funny about you? You are literally like, you know, when you hear stories about people, you know, moving to New York and they have to do odd jobs and so on and so forth until they get their big break. And it was funny because it literally felt like you were like one of those success stories, you know. And
Mm.
when I say you are a percussionist, this ain't no ting ting tang tanging on the drums. I'm talking about this straight drum line where Nick Cannon, like you literally put it down, and that's a talent. When did you begin playing the drums? When did you know that you were a percussionist, and how did you hone those skills? You see my Ayala hand? That's my Ayala Bonzant hand.
Okay, okay. Nah, thank you. I appreciate it. I started playing when I was very young, 2 or 3 years old. My
Yeah.
mother had got me a drum set. My mom and my dad, they put a drum set in the house. And my mother, she just always kind of poured into my passion as a drummer.
Yeah.
I grew up playing the drums in the church, and then eventually was in the marching band in high school, did a little bit collegiately. And, you know, the street drumming kind of came from seeing it on YouTube, seeing people doing it, and I was like, "Oh, that's dope." But then I
Yeah.
said, maybe I should try it, and I tried it. I started in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I was living in Chapel Hill at the time, which is
Yeah.
like a college town, so a lot of people would flood the streets on the weekends. But then once I moved to New York, it's a known art to be a
Yes.
street percussionist or to be a
Hmm.
street musician, and people
Hmm.
respect it heavily, and they kind of know the etiquettes of tipping. So I
Yes.
said, you know what, I'm gonna try to make a living off of doing this. And then of course I was able to get gigs from it, and like
Right.
I said in the video, I was able to get a gig at the Lincoln Center and a lot of
Hmm.
different opportunities throughout the city just from street drumming in the subway. So all my life I've been drumming, and you know, I think I will continue to drum for the rest of my life. I got some plans
Yes.
to do with it in this next couple years. I really want to step on stage with some amazing musicians and incorporate
That
the
would be dope.
found sound, as I like to call it.
Yes, that would be really dope. What moment did you know, like, I have officially made it as an actor? Because, you know, at one point in time, I had music dreams. I mentioned that earlier. And I did the indie route. You know, I recorded 2 albums. And then there was that moment where I was like, yo, I'm really a singer, even though I moved on from it. But what was that moment for you when you looked and said, yo, like, I'm legit an actor? Like, this is my career. Like, I've seen my dream come to fruition.
I feel like it, for me, it's happened so many moments, you know, even for the smaller moments, I really cherish them. And even when
Yeah.
I was doing community theater and I'm only performing in front of, you know, a couple hundred people or 30 people, those moments always made me feel very confident. I will say becoming a series regular is a huge milestone, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but also being on Broadway and doing all the things
Yes.
under New York and all the other projects. So I've always considered myself a professional actor, as you would say. But to
Yes.
say that I've made it, you know, whatever people consider that it is, I like to keep myself just humble, and I'm a normal guy who enjoys telling stories, and I end
Mhm.
up being blessed to have platforms that reach out to millions of people to do that. So it's great.
So let's circle back around to the pink. So I told Brandee that I had to
Mhm.
fight the urge to give her my stimulus check when she got on that pole. Because, see, the way I'm set up, I might can't make it rain, but I can make it drizzle a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But so, as far as P Valley, your experience on P Valley, how was it working with women directors and being surrounded by these beautiful queens, you know, on this
Mhm.
show?
It was amazing. You know, I feel like I had never experienced, and I never had an experience like that prior to being on P Valley, being directed by 8 women. I've
Yes.
been directed by women before. One of my first directors actually in theater was a woman, so that was always a soft spot in my heart to just want that, because there's something that comes with that energy.
Yes.
And you know, it was just all around just amazing to lean into the female gaze. Being with my fiance over the past 4 years, it's really opened my eyes up to that in amazing ways. But being on that set, it was just another kind of just slice looking into that, where it says, okay, women are very powerful, and men should really understand the power that comes from that in physical form, spiritual, all types of energy. And so it changed my life. It changed how I look at strip culture. It changed how I look at sex workers.
Yes.
It really, and so much love to Katori and all those women who directed, and all the women who were working on P Valley. As I said before in other interviews, we hear you, we respect you, we lean into it, and we want to be open to continue to tell these stories. And so Black women in particular can get the respect that they deserve every day. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how you view life. It doesn't. My fiance and I, we talk about this all the time. Respectability politics.
Yes.
Just respecting people just because they're human beings. So that weighed heavily on me the entire time I was working on P Valley, and now seeing it on the screen even more. Like we're making an impact with this.
I just want to piggyback off of a point that you made as far as when it comes to P Valley. P Valley did a beautiful job of humanizing women who work in strip clubs, because a lot of times it's just, we just gonna go in here, throw this money on her back or on her butt and go on about our business. And a lot of times people forget to realize these are daughters, mothers, sisters, cousins who are dealing with real life issues, or they're there dancing for whatever particular reason. Some may just like to show what they're working with, while others may be working through something. So, that's one of the things that I love. And I think that is so beautiful about P Valley. I mean, they got the turn up and they got the poles, my upper body strength just ain't there. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't. But I'm going to leave that to Brandee. Okay. Because Brandee got that thing on lock, but I think it's a fantastic show. I am very excited for every single person connected to this project, from Katori on down to the stage, just anyone. And I'm just very excited for all of you. I wish you much success. I keep telling people the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. Now, before I let you go, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
My favorite flavor of ice cream. Oh man.
You about to hit me with you lactose intolerant.
No, I'm not lactose intolerant, but I just have a different. I love cheesecake ice cream from.
Oh, yes, sir.
But yeah. What's your favorite ice cream, baby?
You've got to ask the queen.
I asked my queen. Her favorite ice cream is chocolate. But what's the one from Cold Stone that you like the most?
Oh, it's chocolate devotion.
Chocolate devotion with cheesecake ice cream. So try that out at Cold Stone if you've never had a chocolate devotion with cheesecake ice cream. That's my baby Nafisha. That's her favorite ice cream. She loves it. I like it too. So, but I would say cheesecake and then there.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make a note of that. And how can my ICC friends continue to follow you on social media? How can they continue to support you in all your future endeavors? Because we really want to make sure we support you, because you are deserving of all of it.
Thank you so much. Definitely follow me on Instagram at J_FONZ. I follow Ice Cream Conversation. You guys follow me, so you can do it that way. And then follow me on Twitter at J_Alphonse_N, the letter N. So keep up with me that way, and always feel free to Google whatever case may be. But you'll see me out.
Yes, we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you every Sunday night at 8:00. We're gonna see you. We're gonna see you. But I really, really appreciate you taking time to talk to me today, because I know this is truly a very exciting time for you and all the cast members of P Valley. So I do appreciate you taking time out to talk to me today. And I'm just so excited to just connect with you, to interview you, to support you, to watch the show. And so just congratulations on everything. Just congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to checking you out.
Sounds good. Talk to you very soon, and tell your queen I say, hey, queen.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, ICC friends, that was our P Valley episode this Thursday. Special thank you again to Miss Brandee Evans. Special thank you to Mr. J. Alphonse Nicholson, 2 stars of the new hit series P-Valley on Starz. It airs every Sunday night, 8 p.m. on Starz. And, if Xfinity trying to front, we got other things. We have other ways. So I'm going to go and do some little research and things and find out all the different ways that you can access P-Valley to watch. Because trust and believe, even if you were like, on the first episode, 2, 3, and 4. That's all I got for right now. And when I tell you, it is so good. Things come that you don't even see coming. And I'm very, very excited for Katori Hall. I'm very excited for this beautiful melanated cast of kings and queens, for the female directors who work on this show. So I'm very, very excited for P-Valley. Be sure to check it out. I will link to Brandee. I will link to Jay so that you can connect with them on social media and just continue to follow them and speak life into them in words of encouragement, because they so deserve it. And this show is much more than just a strip club show. Now they in the strip club and they on the pole and they twerking and they dropping it low, and I'll be reaching for my wallet and fighting the urge to reach for my wallet. But there is so much more to this show. It has so much heart and so much life. So be sure to check out P-Valley on Starz. And thank you again to Brandee and Jay. And thank you to all of you for tuning in and watching today. All right. Have a good day. I love you guys so much. Bye.